Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. And tonight, of course, we're starting with the inauguration.
Inauguration or coronation? I'm not too sure. God help us all.
I'm going to come.
So you might call it a case of buyer's remorse already with the way some people are reacting. But Trump took, you could call it an oath. We'll get to that. And he got busy with a pencil. But first off, the supporters were quite angry because the inauguration was moved inside. And I mean, here at the show, we were taught we don't understand because y'all proved a couple of years back that you know how to get in. So what was the problem? I mean, I don't get it. But there's lots of bitching, but there's also lots of thinking going on because we got to address the hat. There was Melania's hat. Now, some people think they've got this figured out. You don't. We have it figured out. First off, we know where the hat came from. It is a family heirloom. There's Papa Son of a Beachy right there. And you can see that's the hat, right? That's the hat.
It really looks like a baby Trump.
Right? Now, it's actually more meaningful than that, though, because what you're truly looking at here is a subliminal message to the MAGA faithful that Trump will fulfill his commitment to a strong border. Watch this now. You see, he can't get through that. That's a strong border, right? So that's what the hat was truly about, right? Don't get your knickers in a twist or anything here. Now, we also got to go back to the dude in shorts. Did you see the dude in shorts that came in? Here's the clip, right? He's not a slacker dope or something like that. He is making an actual point that the event was moved inside and he figured out how to get in. So again, to all those complaining, you just have to, and get yourself in there. So we know what was going on there.
I think they just had a spare seat and just found somebody drunk outside.
You could be right there. Now we got to go to Elon. Oh, geez, I'm sorry, everybody. I don't know how that happened, but we've got to go to Elon Musk here because everybody has seen the image, right? He's saluting to Trump's new Reich. We got it in the news here. You can see this. It says it right here. Coronation of Donald Trump. The whole bit. Now, I don't know if you've seen the clip for real or not, so let me just quickly throw it up here. Look, did you see that? Did you see that? Right? Now, just to make sure he made his point, he spun around and give one of the old flag. Look at that. Look at that. He gives one of the old flag too. So I am not sure how you should take that. I do believe that he's actually just giving us a true insight to how this administration could really come to be. But then one of the other things, and if you're a true Christian, a true person of faith, this should be driving you crazy. Look, circled. There's the Bible. She's holding it, and his hand is not on it. He did not take the oath properly. And he's been selling the oath as it pertains to Bibles for a little while and very much campaigned on the fact that he is a man of God. He did not put his hand on the Bible. The inauguration is, well, his term starts as a complete joke and will bring you the laughs to make sure you get caught up.
Well, they did ask him not to put his hand on the Bible because it might have been a fire hazard.
Yeah. Once he moved it inside, he was not allowed to do that, right? So, interesting stuff, but not to dwell on all things Trump too much. Dunk's going to take us on a side turn to, I don't know what this photo is.
Well, from one parlous shit to another. Yes, because, a quiet little hamlet in Staffordshire found itself at the center of chaos on Monday after fly tippers dumped 100 tons of rubbish overnight, completely blocking the only access road to homes and businesses.
Wow. Look at
Yes.
that pile of garbage.
Oh, this bloody shit. Yeah, this 10-foot high mountain of rotting waste appeared on Watery Lane in Kerborough near Lichfield. Not that you care, because you're not going to go and visit it. Leaving around about a dozen homes and 40 businesses completely stranded. To make matters worse, the only alternative route to the area has been closed for weeks due to roadworks. So effectively trapping residents and business owners. Yes, this 80-foot long pile of debris. I mean, how the hell did you manage to dump that much stuff up? Yeah, it comprises of building rubble, fencing, plastic waste, shoes, and even a hairdryer. Oh, somebody went dump diving. I found a half-eaten sandwich. That would come in handy. So it basically brought life to the village to a standstill. Local farmer Nick Hollinshead, who discovered the mess at dawn, he discovered it. It's not like Scott at the Antarctic. He discovered the mess at dawn. He was stunned. I just couldn't believe my eyes. How anyone could do this is beyond me. People are living in a no emergency vehicle could get through. Yeah. The blockade also crippled Kerborough Hall Countryside Centre, a popular destination housing shops, cafes, and small businesses. And we didn't care. Owners are already struggling with reduced traffic due to. We get the point. Nobody can get in or out.
Hold on a second. I got a gag for that. Yeah, where is it? I can't find it. Never mind. So basically, lots and lots of bleating and moaning about people can't get. Oh, my husband is undergoing chemotherapy and he couldn't get. Yeah, okay, we get it. We get it. You can't get through. I mean. Somebody called the culprits mindless vandals. No, that's not mindless. That's not a vandal. A vandal doesn't turn up with like 4 10-ton trucks of crap and dump it. That's organized littering. I don't know what's going on there. It's insane. But they're basically saying, the cleanup efforts. The council lacks the equipment to handle the cleanup and has to call in external contractors. Probably the blokes who dumped it there. Yeah.
So the cleanup efforts begin early Tuesday. Oh, it must be done by now then. And the Environment Agency is also stepping in due to the scale of what they're going to do. Find DNA and trace it back to the owners. What are they going to do?
The DNA of 20,000 people in that mess.
There's probably a few bodies in there as well.
Yeah. Oh man. So speaking of a mess, why don't we cover TikTok for a second? I know,
hooray!
Weird picture. Yeah. But hear me out here. So Donald Trump gave TikTok 75 days to convince U.S. officials it doesn't threaten national security. Most likely by finding a new U.S. owner. So he signed the executive order within hours of entering the White House and told reporters, I tell you what, every rich person has called me about TikTok. Again with the rich people. Did you hear the BS that he gave about, some of the country's most wealthy people are in the LA area and they don't have homes. Are you kidding me? They all have 25 homes, you moron. So the social media platform went off real quick there on Sunday ahead of the ban, but it came back a little while later, right? Now, this was just in the United States, of course. Up here in a free country like Canada, it stayed on. And it said, we're going to work with Trump for a long-term solution that keeps TikToks in the United States. So who could buy this platform, which is valued around $100 billion if sold with the algorithm, because the platform is way less valuable without the all precious algorithm, right? So YouTuber Mr. Beast, real name is somebody I don't care about, posted on 14th of January there. Okay, fine, I'll buy TikTok so it doesn't get banned. And people started to take him seriously. So he soon posted again saying several billionaires had contacted him to try to make a bid in actual reality. He posted more updates from meeting rooms where he said he had been discussing the bid with a bunch of billionaires. After the inauguration, the YouTuber posted a video to TikTok saying he was on a private jet about to put in the official offer for TikTok. And then he put, I might become you guys' new CEO. I'm super excited. Yeah. So,
goody.
I know, right? So Elon Musk has been floated as well because Bloomberg News reported that officials in Beijing were considering whether to allow a possible sale to Elon and X. Imagine TikTok being mulled into X, right? Then you got Mr. Shark Tank there, Kevin O'Leary, celebrated investor on America's version of Dragon's Den. They put in a bid to buy the platform as a part of a group calling themselves the People's Bid for TikTok. They submitted their bid the day before the Supreme Court judges upheld the law about the ban, but they didn't disclose how much money they put on the table. But they did say that they were offering to buy it without the algorithm, which would be a death sentence. That's stupid. Many say it'd be tricky to maintain the app without the algorithm because that's what drives the views and keeps people on the site. Just simply having the name TikTok, you screw it up real quick if you don't know what you're doing. And then there's Perplexity AI. They've been thrown around as a potential to buy TikTok in more of a merger, though, because then the ByteDance investors can stay on board and this Perplexity AI can use all of TikTok to drive its AI with the learning and the whole modeling on everybody's videos. So in other words, intellectual property theft. And then there's also the U.S. government because Trump said something about, I would like the United States to have 50% ownership position in a joint venture.
What? Nationalize it? Brilliant.
Oh, God, Donald, what are you doing? Actually, you know what? I should have used this one. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that's what we need. State-sponsored social media site.
Just so long as they only talk about me.
Oh, so it's a billionaires party club where everybody's hanging out in the White House just waiting to get richer. Fun.
Yeah. Well, you can't have a poor person buy it, can you?
If only. So where's this guy headed?
Yeah. Well, with all the ups and downsies with all the border control. Well, Mexican officials have announced plans to seal a hidden 300-meter tunnel running between Ciudad and Juarez and El Paso, Texas. A covert passage was used for smuggling migrants and contraband across the U.S.-Mexico border. Didn't say in which direction. Disguised with a storm.
I think they'd be going south now.
Yeah, I know. Disguised with a storm sewer system. This tunnel was discovered last week. But it is believed to have taken at least a year to construct. The tunnel, reinforced with wooden beams and equipped with lighting and ventilation, highlights the ingenuity of smuggling operations. Investigators are now probing whether local officials were complicit in its construction. They gave a hand. Yeah, brilliant.
What, did they sign permits? I mean, what?
Yeah. General Jose Lemus, commander of I don't even know I'm saying this right. Ciudad Juarez's military garrison. He basically revealed that Mexico's Attorney General's office has taken charge of the investigation. Such an operation could not have gone unnoticed for so long without the help from the inside.
Interesting.
Inside the tunnel? Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, this discovery comes, during a tense time with the inauguration and then Donald Trump takeover and closing of the borders. Yet there's a bit of a leak.
Yeah. A leak? That's a Roman aqueduct.
They should leave it open. Just put a turnstile at either end and see how many going in and how many going out.
Yeah. Put some Indiana Jones style booby traps in and just be like, hey, if you make it, welcome to the country.
Yeah, you have a big ball roll down it.
That would make it kind of fun. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
There's so many of these that come up. I mean, don't they have seismic stuff? I find it unbelievable that this just keeps happening over and over again. But
yeah.
Speaking of over and over again, Donald Trump on his way to the White House. Do you think he would keep it cool? Do you think he would be, very official and come across as, no, of course not. He launched a fucking meme coin. That's what he did. And
oh dear.
Yeah. And he's already being accused of complete corruption as he returns to the White House because of it. Now, this is a multi-billion-dollar cryptocurrency meme coin. And him and his live-in woman, I guess he calls her a wife, both got one. Former government ethics officials and presidential experts have said the venture amounts to a shameful conflict of interest. Right? So Melania, you remember the woman with the Hamburglar hat? Yeah, she's got one too. And they both got their own coins. Both are valued at billions here, just as Trump was taking the oath. Remember, without touching the Bible. These are shameful and major conflicts of interest with respect to his family business benefiting from his cryptocurrency policies. James Thurberger, the founder and former director of the Center for Congressional and Presidential Studies. Trump doesn't seem to worry about the public interest with respect to cryptocurrency. He seems to be driven by profit, wanting to be a major part of the billionaire class in the United States. He goes on.
It doesn't seem to be interested in the American public's care of corruption either.
No, not at all. Not at all. Because they hear this guy really points it out if you haven't already caught it on. But America voted for corruption here, basically, because Trump is vying through his pledges to do some deregulation of crypto. He wants to make crypto a big thing in America, right? He's pledged to transform the U.S. into the crypto capital of the world, ending a crackdown pursued by officials under the Biden administration and taking an altogether looser approach to regulation. Well, at the same time, he's releasing his own coins and stuff. I mean, how can the guy be using his own policies to make money?
Why does he just go to the mint and print it?
Well, he's almost doing that at this point, right? And so his personal fortune is pegged at about $6.7 billion as of Monday. And this meme coin is set to totally stick it up there. Now, Melania's has already dropped 25%. So it's funny, too, because the meme coins are Trump and Melania, but they have the $ before their names. So it's Strump and Schmelania. It is. It just is. Right? But together, the market values of the two coins is right now above $9 billion. $9 billion he made simply on his way to the inauguration by releasing a meme coin and then having the power to make sure that nobody can screw with it policy-wise and stuff. If this is not the most corrupt person to hold office in the United States of America, I mean, Nixon is laughing his fucking head off in a grave.
I think we should bring him back.
Yeah, at least he admits he's a criminal. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And it's only going to get worse. This is just the start. Imagine once he actually gets the ball rolling, which for him is hard because he's really old.
Yeah. I think that's how he must move his balls around.
Well, your next article has a lot to do with moving balls around, doesn't it?
Yes. Well, yeah, this is funny. Rochelle Ryan, an adult entertainer who's gained fame for her vocal support of Donald Trump. Yes, she's carrying his balls in her
She's full-throated in support of him.
Yeah, I wonder how many times she's had sex with him. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, she's making headlines again. Well, this time for an unconventional gesture of gratitude to the first responders in Los Angeles. Yeah, in a recent interview, Ryan expressed her admiration for firefighters and other first responders battling an ongoing disasters in California. She says, "God bless our first responders," because that's how she talks. "That's all I can say." However, her proposed way of paying it forward raised some eyebrows. Yes, she says, "I want to be one of their sugar mamas. I want to take them out on a date. The things you've seen me doing on my OnlyFans." Oh, that's not doing my throat good.
Look at this.
She says,
Look, one second here. Look at that guy. Look, the look on his face. Can they see the stain in my pants, or is it hidden by the front of my jacket?
It's like taking a picture with his mum. Anyway, he says, yeah, so basically what she wants to do is basically have sex with first responders. This, obviously, the picture there is not a first responder. He's a military guy. I'll come to that in a second, but yeah, so social media have slammed her, basically saying, she's so classless, desperate for attention, and does she even know there are millions of women with her skill set? You're not special, honey. Lots of women know how to do sex. Which is a damn good point. And some of you accused Ryan of exploiting the sacrifices of first responders for her personal brand. This takes cringeworthiness to a whole new level.
So does this pose with the dogs, but that's another thing.
Oh, God. Yeah, despite the backlash, Ryan has a history of public displays of support for service members. She previously attended a Marine Corps ball. I don't know whose ball it was, but maybe that guy. But sharing heartfelt praise for the military. It's truly an honor to be in a room with so many selfless patriots, she wrote on social media. Oh, shut up. But retired firefighter Reva Duncan highlighted the grueling realities these workers face with an interview, which is interesting because Reva's a woman, so your wiles will not affect her.
Well, I mean, but the way the Republicans talk about women firefighters, maybe it will.
Well, maybe, but yeah, I'm sure she's got better taste. But she says most haven't slept in 48 hours. They're surviving on quick snacks and battling pounding headaches from smoke exposure. Many firefighters also face the devastating loss of their own homes while saving others. The last thing they want to do is have their balls tickled by a out-of-date MILF. Look, I added that bit on. She didn't say that.
Too bad.
Yeah, but Ryan, who was currently hang on, Ryan, there's a joke there, isn't it? Saving Ryan's private. Yeah, she's currently nominated for Favorite MILF Star at the upcoming AVN Awards in Las Vegas. Yeah, well, okay. I don't know what AVN is, but I'm sure it's dirty sort adult video.
It has something to do with overworked private parts that need serious surgical effort to fix or something, I think. I don't know.
So, Dirty Hussy wants to fuck firefighters. Yeah,
okay. That's funny. That's a good wrap up for that. We should talk about Big Joe as he leaves office here. We tease him sometimes because he's, a little bit fragile and stuff, but he was a good guy, right? So he throws a couple of pardons out last minute there, and it's to pardon some family members. So here's a little quote from the man. Former president, my family has been subjected to unrelenting attacks and threats, motivated solely by a desire to hurt me, the worst kind of partisan politics. Unfortunately, I have no reason to believe that these attacks will end. So this is why I'm exercising my power under the Constitution to pardon James Biden, Sarah Biden, Valerie Biden Owens, John Owens, Francis Biden. The issuance of these pardons should not be mistaken as an acknowledgement that they engaged in any wrongdoing, nor should acceptance be misconstrued as an admission of guilt for any offense. And I'm totally behind him doing this because we have seen that Emperor Trump there, where are we? Here we are. Yeah. Emperor Trump has been more than willing to use anything at his disposal to ensure that he gets his way. And he would have gone at these people no matter what. Absolutely. Right. So let me just get the man up here again. He says, I believe in the rule of law, and I am optimistic that the strength of our legal institutions will ultimately prevail over politics. But baseless and politically motivated investigations wreak havoc on the lives, safety, and financial security of targeted individuals and their families. Even when individuals have done nothing wrong and will ultimately be exonerated, the mere fact of being investigated or prosecuted can irreparably damage their reputations and finances. And again, I totally agree with him. And I am absolutely happy for him and his family that he did this to make sure that they can just, watch Papa, Grandpa, whatever, bow out of politics and go and enjoy his last years and stuff.
He didn't go far enough. He should have pardoned late night TV show hosts, comedians, newspaper reporters, the press, just about anybody in America, really. Just pardon the whole lot.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, though, that's where we get on with Trump. Because Trump granted clemency to 1,500 defendants who have been convicted of crimes on January 6th. The day that everybody calls the insurrection. And he followed up that promise, man. He didn't just go for a few or maybe some, but he went right on and just threw the sword down, and that was that. Now, let's be clear here, people. The people that got convicted over the January 6th riots and insurrection attempt on the American government and a peaceful transfer of power are criminals and deserve it. I don't hold back on saying that. I can't believe what happened. This is supposed to be democracy, right? So Trump went on to say, these are the hostages, approximately 1,500 for a pardon, full pardon, he said. This is a big one. So he said, these people have been destroyed. What they've done to these people is outrageous. There's rarely been anything like it in the history of our country. Now, Trump, if you're talking about the insurrection attempt, yes, I agree with you. If you're talking about the fact that people that stormed the Capitol broke in with weapons with every intent to disrupt the peaceful transfer of power is anything less than criminal, then you are a dumber sack of shit than I even give you credit for.
I think he's dumber than that. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you're right. He lambasted the judges overseeing the case and everything, right? So you got Stuart Rhodes, the founder of the far-right group, the Oath Keepers, sentenced to 18 years in prison, freed. Kelly Meggs, leader of the Florida chapter of the Oath Keeper, 12 years in prison, freed. Jessica Watkins, member of the Oath Keepers, sentenced to 8.5 years incarceration, freed. Ethan Nordian, one of the leaders of the Proud Boys, 18 years in prison, free. Joseph Biggs, a Proud Boys leader, 17 years in prison, free. Another one was Zachary, some asshole. Who cares? 15 years in prison, free. Another one, Pezzola, something or other, sentenced to 10 years in prison, freed. This is what's happening. Oh my gosh.
Pezzola has been freed. He sounds like he'd be down as an immigrant and he'll be sent back somewhere as well.
Well, that's one we didn't even have time to line up for this show, but we'll be talking about that in 2 days when we come back for the next 42 show, because all of this immigration stuff, America is screwed. Yeah, nobody wants, none of these Republican jerk-offs want the jobs that are about to be vacated by the people that are here working hard and doing their, it's so stupid. We'll save it for the next one because I'm going to lose my shit.
Calm down. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Okay, where are you taking us next?
Well, back to firefighting again. During the Californian disasters. But, 2 people from Oregon were arrested for reportedly impersonating firefighters and using an illegitimate fire truck in the Palisades fire evacuation zone in Los Angeles. According to the Los Angeles Police Department, officers patrolling the area on Saturday noticed a fire truck that didn't appear to be legitimate. I don't know how you can tell that. That's great eyesight.
No markings?
Yeah. I don't know, but sheriff deputies then made contact with the individuals in the fire truck as they attempted to enter the evacuation zone. The occupants claimed to be from Roaring River Fire Department in Oregon, and agency deputies said that was not legitimate. The deputies also noticed that the individuals were both wearing turnout gear for California Fire t-shirts, and they also had helmets and radios in their possession. Both suspects, Justin Now, 31, and Jennifer Nell, 44, were arrested for impersonating a firefighter and entering an evacuation zone. The truck, which was purchased at an auction, has also been impounded. You can see them turn that away. Justin Nell has a criminal history in Oregon for criminal mischief and arson.
Wow.
What? Yes, there's more to this story than meets the eye. Yes, the fireman is an arsonist. And he was going into areas that were on fire, or maybe not quite on fire enough. Who knows what he was going to be up to?
Oh,
But
man.
the case will be presented to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office for filing consideration on Tuesday. That's today. So, I don't know if there's a follow-up story to that, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this guy, he was up to no good in a fire truck.
I wonder what Dana Carvey thinks of this guy.
Could it be Satan?
We'll have to see, Dana. We'll have to see. Wow, that's what. There's no doubt in my mind this guy's up to something, and I hope they can prove it. If he truly is, I mean, don't entrap him or anything, but
Yeah.
Wow.
What if he's got petrol? What if he's got petrol in those water tanks and just spray it onto the fires?
That's a scary thought. Right? I mean, come on. Holy, we'll have to watch and see if there's an update on this, because I really want to know what comes out on this one for sure. Now, let's flip over to Mark Zuckerberg and Instagram for a second here, shall we? Because Meta right now says it's working urgently to fix a problem with Instagram. What is that problem? If you try to search for the term Democrat or Democrats, you get nothing.
Oh, really?
Yep, you get nothing. Social media users are accusing the company of political bias, pointing out the issue has been occurring after President Trump's inauguration on Monday, which Zuckerberg was there. Meta has insisted this isn't the case, saying it's just a technical problem, which has also affected a few other hashtags. But social media expert Mark Navaria says, wow, man, they got to fix this fast because it just looks terrible. And it does. I mean, come on, seriously, right?
It is a bit like an arsonist turning up as a fireman.
It's so, yeah, very much so. So if you type in hashtag Democrat or hashtag Democrats, you'll get no results. The hashtag Republican, 3.3 million posts. If you manually search Instagram for Democrats rather than clicking on a hashtag, users are greeted with a screen reading, "We've hidden these results." How can that be an accident?
Yeah.
Just as the inauguration is going down, Instagram is like, oh, suddenly our stuff doesn't work for Democrats.
Dum, dum, dum.
The other one you would get is results for the term you searched may contain sensitive content.
It's the internet. Everything contains sensitive information.
Lord,
sensitive content.
Jesus, come on, right? I mean, what more do I have to say about that? If that isn't sus or suspect or whatever you want to say, then nothing is. There's no way I buy that's an accident, Zuckerberg. I don't buy it at all.
No. And stop looking at those women breasts.
Oh, yeah, we should have got that picture ready. But there's problems in paradise, isn't there?
Yeah, well, you think if you think you're depressed and life is low, well, think of the penguins, because they're feeling it too. Because penguins on Phillip Island, a popular wildlife sanctuary, are divorcing at an alarming rate, according to a new study.
What?
The research, led by Professor Richard Reiner, head of Monash University's Ecophysiology and Conservation Research Group, challenges the long-held belief that penguins are lifelong partners. Professor Reiner, who has studied the island's penguin population for 20 years, revealed that while penguins tend to stick with their mates during their prosperous seasons, they may choose to find a new partner after poor breeding years. or they just like to lose their looks. The study followed 1,000
Now
penguin
he's like,
pairs.
he's not a good lay. I'm gonna move on.
The study followed 1,000 penguin pairs over 13 breeding seasons. You dirty perverts. Documenting nearly 250 divorces. How do the penguins file the divorces? I don't understand.
They must have strange pencils to be able to use those,
So that in good times, they largely stick with their partners, although there's often a bit of hanky-panky happening on the side. However, after a poor reproduction season, they may try to find a new partner for the next session to increase their breeding success. Yeah, but they're all wearing tiny condoms, though.
No.
The research indicates that divorce rates are a more reliable indicator of the colony's reproductive success than environmental factors like habitat changes.
Wow. So,
Yes.
on the back of this, I do want to announce that we are going to be doing some fundraising for penguin Viagra because we think penguin marriages deserve a second chance.
Yeah, well, why don't we just send in like a whole bunch of family relations officers, to speak to the penguins, see if we can help them out. Come on, give them a chance.
That's funny.
Oh dear, where else can I go with this? Not much further, but the study is a reminder that even animals known for their apparent devotion can face relationship troubles. and the consequences for their ecosystems can be profound. Yeah, so we got to learn to talk to the animals and just listen. We have to listen.
The moral of this story is if dad gets drunk and complains mom's no good in bed, just don't listen and go on with your life because maybe the penguins will come back together.
Have I got a new mummy now?
Well, I'm looking at the clock on the wall and it looks like we're out of here. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody.
Yes, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and stay shilly, you buggers.
See you next time.